Yo ho, this video's got spoilers for the ending of Pirates of the Caribbean 3, so go watch it and then come back. It's time for part 3. This little 3-part series is about Will Turner. You know the score by now. He's the main hero, but he gets treated like trash. Nobody cares about Will Turner. And as if to prove the point, no one's watching these Will Turner videos. I made a 30-second short about Jack Sparrow, 6 million views. 2 whole videos about Will Turner, not even 1,000 views between them. But it's not all about views. Sometimes it's about doing what's right. Will deserves a bit of attention, and I'm going to give it to him. We've looked at Curse of the Black Pearl, we've looked at Dead Man's Chest, now we're finishing it off with World's End. We'll be looking at Will's storyline, his character arc, and again, just for funsies, we're going to have a little fail stamp every time Will gets made a fool of. Let's get this done, Come on. The film opens in Singapore. Elizabeth and Barbossa have gone to visit a pirate lord called Sao Feng.
You protect her?
And what makes you think I'm in protecting him?
Liz is introduced as a bit of a badass. She's got knives, she's got a load of guns, she's got attitude. She's growing as a character.
Your masters expect of us.
They're taken into Sao Feng's lair, I guess? The rest of the crew are breaking in below ground. Interesting. They tell Sao Feng they've got a venture underway and they're in need of a ship and a crew. Sao Feng's like, scritchy scratchy, that's funny because earlier today, a thief broke into one of my temples and tried to steal these.
The navigation of charts. The route to the farthest gate.
Wouldn't it be amazing if the venture you're going on was going to take you to World's End? Barbossa's like, oh dear. Things are getting a bit dicey. Pause. Have you noticed something? Or rather, have you noticed something that isn't there to be noticed? Where's Will right now? He's not with Barbossa and Liz. He's not with the crew underground. Maybe he's got a bit more badass, like Liz has, and he's going to burst in a minute, sword drawn, take out a few henchmen, steal the map, big fight scene, everyone escapes. Way! Will's a hero! Let's see.
This is the thief.
I can't accurately express in words how I feel about this moment. This is the moment when I realised that the franchise has no respect for Will. This is the moment that made me decide I had to talk about the treatment of Will Turner. I can't believe this is his entrance into the film. If I was Orlando Bloom and I read the script, I'd be fuming. This film was the chance to redeem Will as a character. After all the crap that happened to him in the previous films, all the fails, they could have said, Will's going to be cool in this one. He's been through a lot, he's learnt a lot, now it's hero time. But no, starts the film as a loser. Think about this. When the crew was sitting around coming up with a plan to get Sao Feng's map, Will must have jumped up and said, I'll go and get it on my own. And the rest of them must have been like, he ain't going to be able to do that, he's rubbish. But I think they were happy to get him out of the way, so they let him go. Yeah, great plan, Will, off you pop. See you in a bit, bye. Right, now that he's gone, let's talk about the real plan. Either that, or the crew decided to send Will off on his own, and he agreed to go. So either way, Will thinks he's good enough to infiltrate a temple, meaning he hasn't learnt a thing from his past misadventures. And the crew have no respect for him. And also, obviously, Will didn't manage to get the map. That's 4 fails in one moment. Absolutely shocking. Do you see what I'm saying about Will? I feel bad for him as a character. It's just tragic at this point. Right, I've got to calm down a minute. Let's calm down. Okay. Barbossa says the Brethren Court have been summoned, and as one of the 9 pirate lords, Sao Feng must honour the call. Also, Jack Sparrow is one of the pirate lords, and they need to get to World's End to retrieve him from Davy Jones' locker, hence the need for the map. Before Sao Feng can agree to anything, the Navy burst in, and we get our first action scene. Sword fights, gunfights, explosions. Monkey! During the fight, Will and Sao Feng have a little moment.
If you want to make a deal with Beckett, you need what I offer.
Sao Feng's like, you're double-crossing everyone. Why should I trust you?
I need the Black Pearl to free my father. You're helping me to get it.
Okay, looks like Will's negotiation skills have picked up a bit. So they fight off the Navy, and Will turns up with the charts.
You have the charts?
And better yet, a ship and a crew.
I love Liz's face here. She can't believe he's managed to sort that. And neither can I. Oh, you know what time it is, guys? The third and final time. It's gold star time. Bop. You really earned that one, Will. Well done. They're on their way to World's End.
How long do we continue not talking?
Looks like Lizzie and Will's relationship's a bit rocky. She's still dealing with the guilt of killing Jack and hasn't told anyone about it.
Once we rescue Jack, everything will be fine.
Then we rescue Jack.
Poor Will. Big waterfall coming up. Uh-oh. Barbossa tells them to sail straight and true. Looks like this is how you get to World's End. They go over the edge. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Psh. Ah, brilliant. They arrive on the shore of Davy Jones' locker. They find Jack, way sailing in on the Pearl, reminiscent of the first film.
Mr. Gibbs!
They tell him Beckett has the heart of Davy Jones. He's taken over the seas, and the Brethren Court has been summoned.
Leave you people alone for just a minute, look what happens. Everything's gone to pot. Aye, Jack, the world needs you back something fierce.
And you need a crew.
Jack says, why should I sail with any of you?
4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Ooh, there's the reveal.
Oh. She's not told you.
As Jack's the only one with a ship, he defaults to captain. They all head off on the Black Pearl. We get a great scene with Liz and Will. He's like, why didn't you tell me what you did to Jack?
I couldn't. It wasn't your burden to bear.
But I did bear it, didn't I? I just didn't know what it was.
That's a great line. Love it.
If you make your choices alone, how can I trust you?
You can't.
Sorry, what?
You can't.
Oh, you can't. They did it again. Ah, it's not looking good for them, is it? Poor Will. Thanks to Jack, they managed to figure out how to get back to the real world.
We're back.
There's an island close by with fresh water they can use to resupply. Jack and Barbossa don't want to leave each other in charge of the Pearl. Will says,
Why don't you both go ashore and leave the ship in my command? Temporarily.
wouldn't that be handy for Will if they let him have the Pearl? And unbelievably, they do. They leave Will in charge of the Black Pearl. While they're on the island, Sao Feng shows up. Looks like him and his crew are taking over the Pearl.
Sao Feng! You showing up here is truly a remarkable coincidence.
Release her.
She's not part of the bargain.
You heard Captain Turner?
Captain Turner.
Aye, the perfidious rotter led a mutiny against us.
I need the Pearl to free my father. That's the only reason I came on this voyage.
Why didn't you tell me you were planning this?
It was my burden to bear.
Oh, Will, that's not very hero-like, is it? Liz ain't impressed with that. Okay, so let's clear this up. It was left a little ambiguous earlier. Will and Sao Feng's deal. As far as I can tell, Will wanted Sao Feng's map and crew so he could get the Black Pearl from Davy Jones' locker and use it to free his father. In exchange, Will hands over Jack so Sao Feng can use him to bargain with Beckett. Quick question, how is having the Black Pearl going to help Will save his dad? I'm assuming he's planning to use it to take down the Dutchman,
If we can outrun her, we can take her.
but even if he manages that, Beckett has Jones's heart. Will can't kill Jones by taking down the Dutchman. So, that plan makes no sense, no? Have I missed something? Gonna hold off on the foul there in case I have missed something. Straight away, Sao Feng betrays Will and takes the Pearl back off him anyway. And then Beckett takes the Pearl off of Sao Feng. Absolute fail fest all round, isn't it? Barbossa says, listen, you shouldn't have trusted Beckett. Come back to our side and do the Brethren Court thing with us. We're going to release Calypso. Ooh. The rest of this scene is a lot of bargaining, deals being made, back and forth between conversations. I can't explain it all, but you've seen the film and you know what happens. In the end, they fight Beckett's men off their ships, Sao Feng sails off towards Shipwreck Cove with his crew, and Barbossa and Jack are back on the Pearl, heading to Shipwreck Cove.
Send this pestilent, traitorous, cow-hearted, yeasty codpiece to the brig.
Ouch. Oh man, plan backfired, didn't it, Will? You betrayed everyone, you didn't get the Pearl, and now everyone hates you, and you're in the brig. Massive fail. We're on the way to Shipwreck Cove. Somebody is killing people and leaving them as a breadcrumb trail for Beckett to follow. Is it Jack? He did tell Beckett he'd lead him to Shipwreck Cove. It's Will! No way. Will? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Let's stop for a second, because I'm a bit confused overall. Pause the film. Right, what is Will's goal? Kill Jones to free his dad, right? And of course marry Liz, live happily ever after. Okay. So what's this breadcrumb trail achieving? Jack sums it up, lead Beckett to Shipwreck Cove to gain his trust, and then make a deal with him. Is that your plan, Will? What have you got to offer Beckett once he gets there? Hey Beckett, it was me that left the breadcrumb trail. You've already led him to Shipwreck Cove, you've got nothing left to bargain with. And what does Will want from Beckett anyway at this point? Beckett's not going to let him stab the heart and kill Jones. So what's he hoping to get? Maybe ask Beckett to make Jones release his dad?
Its captain is to sail it as commanded.
That's doable, but again, Will's got nothing to offer. And the goal is to actually kill Jones. So this breadcrumb trail achieves nothing. It's another pointless plan. Right, he's getting a fail. Also going to fail him on that Pearl plan now, because honestly, I can't see how that was going to work out. So what should Will's plan be in this film? What should he be doing? Let's figure it out. Beckett's plan is to rid the world of pirates and anyone involved in piracy. So Will, his dad and Liz are in the firing line. Will hasn't got enough bargaining power to make a deal with Beckett. He's not going to get 3 pardons from him. And you can't trust Beckett anyway. And he's never going to give up the heart of Davy Jones. So in reality, you need to get rid of Beckett. Oh, hang on. Isn't that what all the other pirates are trying to do? Why is Will busy betraying them? Why isn't he working with the others? He probably should have told Liz what he was up to. She could have told him how stupid it was. Secondly, he needs to kill Jones. Okay, so you have to stab the heart. But if you stab the heart, you have to be the captain of the Flying Dutchman. Say goodbye to your happy ending with Liz. You can only see her once every 10 years. So why not get someone else to do it? As it turns out, Jack's offering to stab the heart. He's up for it.
Slip aboard the Dutchman, find the heart, stab the beating thing. Your father goes free from his dead. You're free to be with your charming murderers.
What a fortunate opportunity that's fallen into your lap. Right, Will, listen. Please listen. Look at me. Here's my advice. Here's what you should do. Ready? Nothing.
What?
Just do nothing. Everything you want is being sorted out by everyone else. The pirates are going to get rid of Beckett, and Jack's going to stab the heart. If you do nothing, you'll get everything you want. Amazing. But is he going to listen? Right, let's continue. Jack gives Will his compass.
What's this for?
Think like me, and we'll come to you.
Unbelievable. Will just got defeated by breath.
I hate it.
Davy Jones is called to Beckett's quarters.
I cannot be summoned like some mongrel pup.
Apparently you can.
That's a good line, isn't it? They've picked up Will from his breadcrumb. He's sitting there all cocky for some reason, drinking a cup of tea. He squares up to Jones a bit, and Jones knocks the cup out of his hand. Steady on, Jones, that's a bit much, isn't it?
I hadn't finished that.
And he hadn't finished the tea. He looks really gutted about it as well, watch. Poor Will.
You will free my father, and you will guarantee Elizabeth's safety, along with my own.
Yes, finally, he's getting pardons for both himself and Liz. He's finally getting the 2 pardons that he needs. Hang on a minute. Aren't you forgetting someone, Will? What about your dad? Jones can release him, sure, but then Beckett's just going to arrest him and hang him for piracy. You haven't guaranteed his freedom from Beckett. Oh, Will. Oh, I've had enough now. I want to get to the end. Let's go. Beckett says, OK, sounds like a deal. But how are you going to get us to Shipwreck Cove, seeing as you're no longer on the Pearl?
What is it you want most?
And then Jones and Beckett take the compass and throw Will overboard. They don't. But I don't see why they don't, to be honest.
It's just good business.
Right, you've seen the film and I'm going to skip through some story now. Ready? Shipwreck Cove, Brethren Court, We Must Fight, Beckett's Armada shows up, Gulp, Wicked Little Island Scene, Calypso, doesn't work, Maelstrom. And we continue. We get the amazing Maelstrom sequence now. The Black Pearl and the Dutchman are the 2 leading ships in the Armadas. They head into the Maelstrom and start to battle. I have to blow past a lot here because we're focused on Will's story, which is a shame because this scene's packed with great stuff. Jack's managed to find the chest on board the Dutchman and is sword fighting with Jones on top of the rigging. The ships are getting close enough for the crew to swing between. Will grabs Elizabeth.
Will you marry me?
I don't think now's the best time!
I love you. I've made my choice. What's yours?
Barbosa! Marry us!
I really like this bit. I know it's stupid. They're doing their vows and getting married while fighting Jones's crew. It's daft, but it's fun. I like it.
Just kiss!
Wait, they got married. The music's going. I'm feeling it. After all the stuff they've been through, the secrets, the bad feelings, it's like all is forgiven and love wins in the end. That's the Disney magic right there. And hey, Will completed one of his goals.
Great.
There's just one goal left. He's got to kill Jones. Jack manages to whip the key away from Jones and get the chest away too, just as Will swings on board. Everyone's trying to get to the chest. Jones is a badass, man. He takes down Jack and Liz and Will. He's just about to take Will to the afterlife.
Tell me, William Turner, do you fear death?
But then...
Do you?
Yes, Jack's got the heart. He's ready to rock and roll. This is the climax of the film. Everything's led to this moment. Maybe everything's going to work out for Will after all. Wouldn't that be great? But you're forgetting, aren't you? The film hates Will Turner. So let's see what actually happens. Yep, Jones kills Will. The ultimate FU. So that's a fail, isn't it? I've got some stuff to say about this, but I'll come back to it in a minute. Let's complete the story. Bootstrap Bill perks up and realises what's happened. He tackles Jones. Jack's like, oh no, what do I do? Jones is about to kill Bootstrap, but then, boom, the heart is stabbed. Ah, that's cool. Jack let Will stab the heart. Ah, Jack gave up what he wanted to save Will.
I always knew you were a good man.
So technically Will has completed his second goal here. He stabbed the heart. I guess we have to give it to him. So Jones is gone. And now Will has to become captain of the Dutchman. The Dutchman sinks into the maelstrom and Liz and Jack get back on the Pearl. The Dutchman rises up, now under Will's command, and the Pearl and the Dutchman take down Beckett's ship. Glorious ending for this villain. Fantastic. The rest of the Armada retreat, meaning victory for the pirates. Way! After all the commotion, we get the calm after the storm. Liz and Will are realising what the future holds. Bootstrap reminds us all, you get 1 day ashore per 10 years at sea. Oof. Will and Liz spend the evening doing what married couples do. He gives her his heart to keep safe, they say goodbye, and then he heads off, leaving Liz alone on the beach. And that concludes Will's story. That's the end. In this trilogy anyway, and for now that's what we're looking at. I'm stunned. I don't know, why did they do this to Will? He can only see Liz once every 10 years. How's that happily ever after for our main hero? How is this a good ending for him? It's not like the writers wrote themselves into a corner and this had to happen. There was other options. If you saw my part 2 video, you'll remember I said this line was important.
It was always in my blood to die at sea, but it was not a fate I ever wanted for you.
That's a very important line, right? You know what I'd have done instead? Have Jones stab Bootstrap, and then get Jack to let Bootstrap stab the heart. Bootstrap could have been the captain of the Dutchman. That would have made a lot of sense. When Will tells Bootstrap that he's now free, Bootstrap chooses to stay on the Dutchman. He loves the sea. He'd have loved being captain. Instead, poor Will's stuck with the job. Why? Why did they write this? And if you think I've forgotten about the after credit scene, I haven't, and it makes it even worse. Will shows back up after 10 years, Liz has got a kid, so not only can Will not be with the woman he loves, he's missing out on the life of his son now as well. The film tries to sugarcoat it, they're all smiling and that, but there's no way any of them are happy with this situation. And if I was Will, I'm not being funny, I think I'd want a DNA test. You can't tell me Jack Sparrow hasn't been popping by every couple of weeks like, 10 years, you must get very lonely here all by yourself. Why don't you pop on my ship? We'll head to Tortuga for some rum and a bit of fun, eh? How long before Liz goes, oh, go on then. Poor Will. And that concludes my deep dive into the absolute shipwreck of Will Turner. 46 fails he had in the end. And I let some slide. Been a long journey. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'm going to do a shorter essay type video about Will as well, just to summarise my overall thoughts. These were quite long form, but it was fun making them. Ended on a bit of a down, didn't it? But what did we expect? A happy ending? This is Will Turner we're talking about. The abandoned boy who went on an adventure with pirates to rescue the woman he loves and ended up getting bound to a cursed ship, only able to step on land and see his wife and child once every 10 years. Yikes. And on that note, there's only one thing left to say.